হচ্ছে আমার 4টের সময় ছুটি।
Either the police commissioner will have to come here, or the police will have to let us march to him. We will keep protesting till that happens, no matter how long. 24 hours, 48 or 72 hours, however long it takes. We are doctors and are used to long hours in the operation theatres without food or sleep. So we will stay here till our demands are met.
Visiting New Zealand just got more expensive. The government announced Tuesday it will nearly triple entry fees for tourists to $100 New Zealand or $62.20 US. Authorities argued it would ensure visitors contributed to public services and high-quality experiences while visiting the country. Matt Ducey is the New Zealand Minister for Tourism and Hospitality.
What we want to do is shift some of the costs from the taxpayer to the visitor, and ultimately what we want to do is grow tourism. We've got an ambitious target to double our exports as a country over the next 10 years. Tourism is our second biggest export earner.
The move hasn't gone down well with the holiday sector. New Zealand's Tourism Industry Association fears the fee will put visitors off while it recovers from the hit it took during the pandemic. Gavin Oliver is Managing Director of EcoZip Adventures.
I think we're saddened by it. It went to consultation. There were a number of levels were proposed, $50, $70 and $100, and we advocated for 50. We felt there should be an increase, but this is a very, very significant increase at a time when the tourism sector is struggling to recover post-COVID.
An original $35 New Zealand fee was introduced in July 2019, but hasn't proven enough to cover costs associated with so many visitors. New Zealand has struggled with the impact of tourists on the natural environment and with infrastructure stretched by the large numbers. The government said the new fee was competitive and it was confident the country would remain an attractive destination. Official data released earlier Tuesday showed travel export receipts for the year ended June 30th were around $9 billion US. That's down 5% from before the pandemic. Data also showed visitor numbers are roughly 80% of levels before the pandemic border closures.
This is the aftermath of what Democratic Republic of Congo's government says was an attempted prison break in which at least 129 people died. The incident took place in the early hours of Monday morning at the Makala Central Prison in the capital Kinshasa. That's according to Interior Minister Jacquemain Shabani-Luku, who said there had been loss of life and significant material damage.
The provisional human toll stands at 129 dead, including 24 by gunshot after being given a warning. The others died by jostling, suffocation, and some women were raped. The Commission has also identified 59 injured, currently being cared for by the government for appropriate medical care.
Early on Tuesday, Luku also reported that a fire had broken out in the jail's administrative building, food depots, and a hospital. Prisoners told Reuters they had heard heavy gunfire as well as the sound of inmates outside. Earlier, a prison official had said that no prisoners had succeeded in escaping, adding that those who tried to escape had been killed. The government has said the situation is now under control and that it is investigating.
No.
U.S. President Joe Biden said on Monday that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was not doing enough to get a deal for the release of hostages held in Gaza by Hamas. Over the weekend, Israeli forces recovered the bodies of 6 hostages from a tunnel in Gaza. Among them, 23-year-old American-Israeli Hirsch Goldberg Polin. Israel's military said they had been killed recently by Palestinian Hamas militants. The developments have sparked criticism of the Biden administration's Gaza ceasefire strategy. Meanwhile, Israelis are also ramping up pressure on Netanyahu. protesters took to the streets again on Monday, staying out late into the night in Tel Aviv.
The pressure internationally must be directed at these killers, at Hamas, not at Israel.
Netanyahu appeared to push back when asked about Biden's comments.
We're asked to make concessions? What message does this send Hamas? It says, kill more hostages, murder more hostages, you'll get more concessions.
A senior Hamas official said Biden's criticism was, quote, American recognition that Netanyahu was responsible for undermining efforts to reach a deal. Netanyahu has accused Hamas of obstructing any agreement. Months of stop-start negotiations mediated by the U.S., Qatar, and Egypt have so far failed to reach an accord on a proposal laid out by Biden in May. On Monday, he said the U.S. was close to presenting a final proposal to negotiators.
We're very close to that.
When asked if a deal would be successful, Biden said he was not giving up.
Yesterday, the second day, 74,346 children were vaccinated. That's the second day of the polio campaign. The first day, 86,683 children were vaccinated. So the total number of the first 2 days, children under 10, reached 161,030 children. That actually surpassed the target we set. We had an estimate there would be like 156,500 children in this central zones. Till now, things are going well. Again, this is only the third day. So this area-specific humanitarian policies, until now, they work. So we need to vaccinate 640,000 children all over Gaza. Yeah, we do this, and this campaign there's actually two campaigns. We started now the first round, and the second round will be in 4 weeks' time. We need to cover minimum of 90% of those children to stop the transmission within Gaza and to avoid polio spread, international spread to polio to surrounding countries.